multi-step equations, and you should have this fun little riddle worksheet in front of you. So I'm going to work all of these out, and you can either work them out with me or try them on your own and fast forward and see if you got the right answers. And the answers should be up here in this little riddle if you want to check and make sure that you did it right. So I'm going to start with D. So letter D, I hope you guys are solving this on paper so you have room to work it all out, is 4 times the quantity 2n minus 5 equals 3n plus 10. All right, if you have distribution, you have to do that first, which means multiply to get rid of the parentheses. 4 times 2n is 8n. 4 times negative 5 is minus 20. I just said a negative and a minus, and they're interchangeable because they are the same things. I know, it is mind-blowing. Next, we have a variable on both sides, and so we need to move one of the variables to the other side. Since it's positive, you would do it by subtracting it to get it to go to 0. I'm going to choose to subtract the 3n, but if you had subtracted the 8n, that is totally fine. You would have gotten the right answer too, I'm sure. It's just that I like to avoid negatives if at all possible. 8n minus 3n is 5n. Bring down your minus 20. These cancel out and go to 0, and I'm going to bring down my positive 10. All right, basic two-step equation. Next is add 20 to both sides. Bring down your 5n equals, that would be 30. Divide both sides by 5. N equals 6. If I'm going too fast for you, please pause it and try it on your own. I want you guys all to know what you're doing. All right, let's check out L. Letter L is 2 times the quantity 4x plus 7 equals 2x minus 4. All right, if you have distribution, you need to do that first. So let's distribute. 2 times 4x is 8x. 2 times positive 7 is positive 14, so please put a plus sign in between there. Bring down your 2x minus 4. All right, we're going to have to move one of these variables to the other side. They're both positive, so you're going to have to move one of them by subtracting it. I'm going to choose to subtract the 2x. You're moving the whole term, the 2 with the x. 8x minus 2x is 6x. Don't forget your x. Bring down plus 14. This is a negative 4. I know originally I said 2x minus 4, but that is now the positive or negative sign that's in front of it always goes with it. So we need to call it negative 4 here. All right, the opposite of adding 14 is subtract 14. On both sides. Cancel, cancel. Bring down your 6x. Careful here, negative 4 minus 14 more is actually negative 18. A lot of people might have thought that was 10 or negative 10. Last step, divide by 6. X equals negative 18 divided by positive 6. Negative divided by positive is negative 3. Oh, I forgot to check our little riddle puzzle to see if we've got 6. I guess you're supposed to probably, I didn't read the directions, but probably put a D maybe where you see some 6s. Maybe like this. I actually don't care if you don't do the riddle. The only reason I would care is because sometimes it's nice to see what the answer is to see if you did it correctly. So it looks like we need to put a negative 3 where the L's are. Sorry, an L where the negative 3's are. Okay, I'm probably going to quit doing this, but this is how to do it. I don't care if you don't do the riddle. The next one is N. N is 8 times the quantity k plus 3 equals 12k minus 4. All right, if you have distribution, do it. 8 times k is 8k. 8 times positive 3 is positive 24, so put your plus 24. Bring down your 12k minus 4. Move one of the variables to the other side by subtracting it. I'm going to subtract 8k. Bring down 24. 12k minus 8k is 4k. Bring down your minus 4. Basic two-step equation. You're going to get rid of the minus 4 first by doing plus 4. On both sides, 4k. 24 plus 4 is 28. Last step is divide both sides by 4. Feel like I'm going really fast, so please slow down if you need to. 28 divided by 4 is 7. So if you want to, if you're feeling good about it, go put an N in all the places where there is a 7. All right, the next one is H. H is negative 3 times the quantity. 5 minus 9v equals 25 plus 7v. Sorry, I know you can't see me writing that down. All right, this one's a little tricky because we've got some negatives involved here, and a lot of people mess up negatives. It's not your fault, they're just harder. Negative 3 times positive 5 is negative 15. Okay, here we go. Negative 3 times, that is a negative 9v. Negative times negative is going to make it positive, so I want you to put a plus. 3 times 9 is 27. Don't forget your v. 25 plus 7v on the other side. All right, next we need to move one of these variables to the other side. They're both positive, so we're going to move this one by subtracting it. So I'm going to minus 7v from both sides. Bring down your negative 15. 27v minus 7v is 20v. And since it's positive, I really want you to put a plus sign in front of it, just to separate out the terms. On the right, bring down 25. Basic two-step equation. Leave this guy till the end, and let's get rid of a minus 15. So the way to get a minus 15 to cancel is by adding 15. Bring down 20v. 25 plus 15 is 40. Divide both sides by 20. V equals 2. All right, so put an H where all the 2's are, if you want to do that. If you want to check. Don't care if you don't. All right, letter A is 6x plus 4 equals 5 times the quantity 3x plus 8. All right. If you have distribution, you need to do that first. So I'm going to go up here to 5 times 3x. That is 15x. 5 times 8 is positive 40. So put plus 40. On the left, bring down your 6x plus 4. All right, you've got a variable on both sides. They're both positive, so you're going to be subtracting. I'm going to choose to subtract 6x from both sides. Bring down 4. 15x minus 6x is 9x, I believe, plus 40. Basic two-step equation. Let's subtract 40 now. 9x on the one side, 4 minus 40. If you're not sure, use your calculator, but it is going to leave you with a negative 36. Just put it in your calculator, 4 minus 40. Last step, x is being multiplied by 9, so you're going to divide by 9 on both sides. Negative 36 divided by 9 is negative 4. All right, moving on to letter I. Letter I says 5 minus 11t. Oh, I have to make a little edge on the t, or else my t looks like a plus sign, so be careful with that. Equals 7 times the quantity 5 minus 2t. Be careful with that t again. Okay, Always distribute first if you have parentheses. 7 times 5 is 35. 7 times negative 2t, that's a negative 2t, is negative 14t. On the left, bring down your 5 minus 11t. Okay, we need to move one of these variables, and I noticed that they're both negative, so we're going to do the opposite of subtracting it, and we're going to add it. Doesn't matter if you add 11t or if you add 14t. I'm just trying to do my best in my head to get rid of negatives. So I'm going to choose, doesn't matter. If you want to add 11t first, you go right ahead and do that. But I'm going to choose to add 14t to both sides. On the right, they cancel and go away and leave 35 by itself. On the left, I'm going to bring down my 5, and I'm going to just combine these two. So negative 11t plus positive 14t is going to give me positive 3t. So I'm going to put plus 3t, and I have successfully eliminated my negatives by doing it that way. It's not the only way to do it, though. Next, I'm going to get rid of this 5 by subtracting it, because that will make it cancel and go to 0. I've got 3t equals 30, and then the last step is divide both sides by 3. T equals 10. Okay, we are almost done with this first column. Letter B. Going to a new page. Letter B is negative 2 times the quantity 18 minus 3y equals 7y plus 2y. I like it when there's like terms on the same side. That makes it a little bit less work, actually. But I'm going to ignore that for now, because if we have parentheses, you need to always do that first. Always distribute first if you have parentheses. So what is negative 2 times 18? Oh gosh, I don't know. Is it 36? Negative 36. Let's try that. Okay, this is tricky. Negative 2 times negative 3y. Negative times negative is going to make it positive 6y. Okay, be sure you understand that. Now I'll go ahead and combine these. These are like terms, so we can go ahead and do 7y plus 2y, which is 9y. All right, we've still got a y on both sides. And normally I would say it doesn't matter, you can move the 9y, but that's going to leave nothing over here. And you don't ever want to leave a side completely empty. So instead I'm going to choose to move the 6y. I probably would have chosen this one anyway. But it's positive 6y, so I'm going to subtract 6y. They cancel over here, leaving negative 36 by itself. And on the right, you have to subtract. 9 minus 6 is 3. Don't forget your y. All right, last step. 3 is being multiplied by y, so you are going to divide both sides by 3. Negative divided by positive is negative. 36 divided by 3 is 12, I think. Okay. Done with the first column. Moving on to letter M. All right, letter M says, oh, this is a big one. 2 times the quantity 4a minus 12 plus 3a equals 6a plus 1. All right, always distribute first. 2 times 4a is 8a. 2 times negative 12 is negative 24. Bring down your plus 3a equals 6a plus 1. All right, I see some like terms on the same side. I see this 8a and plus 3a. So if I can go ahead and combine my 8a plus 3a, I can shorten up this left side a little bit. 8 plus 3 is 11. So I'm going to make it 11a. And then I'm going to bring down this negative 24 that I haven't done anything with yet. And I'm still keeping 6a plus 1 over here. All right, now you can't do anything else except move one of your variables to the other side. So this is a positive 6a, so I'm going to move it by subtracting it. 11a minus 6a is 5a. Bring down your minus 24. That is a positive 1. Next step, add 24 to both sides. 5a equals 25. Last step, divide both sides by 5. A equals 5. Okay, we are ready for letter P. This is 9 times the quantity 2 plus W minus 4W equals 3W minus 10. Okay. Anytime you have distribution, do it first. So 9 times 2 is 18. 9 times W is just 9W, but it's positive, so I want to put a plus in between. Bring down your minus 4W, and I'm just going to leave this side 3W minus 10. All right, we've got some like terms. We have a 9W and a minus 4W on the same side over here. So I'm going to bring down my 18, and then I'm going to combine 9W minus 4W, which is 5W. And since it's positive 5, I want to put a plus in between. All right, now we're down to the step where we got to move one of the variables to the other side. I'm going to subtract 3W to get it to cancel on both sides. So on the left, I'm going to bring down my 18, and I'm going to subtract 5 minus 3. 5W minus 3W is positive 2W, so put a plus in between. And on the right, that is not just a 10, that is a negative 10. The minus needs to go with it. All right, leave the 2W alone. Let's get rid of this positive 18. It's positive, so we're going to subtract it to get it to go away. That leaves 2W. And negative 10 minus 18 more is a greater negative. It's going to be negative 28. Check your calculator if you don't believe me. Last step, divide both sides by 2. W equals negative, I think that's 14. Check your calculator on my stuff. Hope I'm doing it all right. All right, letter U. I'm sure that makes you feel confident. Letter U. That doesn't look like a U. All right, here we go. 10U plus 7 equals 8 times the quantity 2U minus 4, close your parenthesis, minus 9. Okay. So we got to distribute first. So let's do 8 times 2U, which is 16U. 8 times negative 4 is negative 32. Bring down your minus 9. I'm just going to bring down 10U plus 7 for now. All right, we're looking for like terms. I see a negative 32 minus 9. We can combine negative 32 minus 9. It's going to be a greater negative. So we have 16U. Negative 32 minus 9 more is going to be negative 41, I believe. 10U plus 7 are on the other side, is on the other side. Okay, I've got to move one of the variables to the other side. I'm going to move the 10U by subtracting it. All right, that leaves 7. 16 minus 10 is 6U. Bring down your negative 41. Next, we got to get rid of this minus 41 by doing plus 41. 6U equals 48. Divide both sides by 6. U equals 8, right? Talking to myself here, thinking you guys can reply to me. Okay, there looks like there's 4 more. T. I think we already had a T. Oh, no, we didn't. I'm not sure if that just went off on you guys, but my my computer went to sleep. I'm so sorry. Okay, 3 times the quantity, 4D plus 1 minus 9D. Crazy part is I feel like I'm going super fast, and it's obviously not fast enough. 6 parentheses times the quantity, 2 minus D. I hope I wrote that down right. Let me double check. 3, 4D plus 1 minus 9D, 6, 2 minus D. Okay, it's a lot of work to go through it all wrong when I had it written down wrong, but this looks good. 3 times 4D is 12D. 3 times positive 1 is positive 3. Bring down your minus 9D. 6 times 2 is 12. 6 times negative D is negative 6D. All right, look for like terms. I see a 12D and a minus 9D on the same side. So let's go ahead and combine those. 12 minus 9 is 3D. That's funny. I'm going to bring down my plus 3 because I haven't used that yet. I'll keep these the same for now. And now I need to move one of the variables, either my negative 6D by adding it or my positive 3D by subtracting it. I'm going to choose to get rid of a negative as often as I can. So I'm going to choose to add 6D to both sides. It's not the only way to do this problem. If you went in a different order, you could easily still get the same answer I do. Okay, so 3D plus 6D is 9D. 9D. Plus 3 equals 12. So now we're going to subtract 3. 9D equals whatever 12 minus 3 is, which is 9. Divide both sides by 9. Interesting. 9 divided by 9, you would think it's 0, but it's not. A number divided by itself is 1. All right, we are down to our bottom 3 problems. So here we go. Letter R. 6 times the quantity 1 plus 3m equals negative 8 times the quantity negative 2m plus 5, close your parentheses, minus 4. These are really hard. I'll be really impressed if you guys can get these with no help at all. 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 3m is positive 18m, so I want that plus 18m. Okay, be careful here. Negative times negative is positive, so negative 8 times negative 2m is positive 16m. Negative 8 times positive 5 is negative 40. And then you've got your minus 4 over here. All right, I see like terms over here. I see a minus 40 and a minus 4. So I'm going to just bring down all the rest for now. And I'm going to go ahead and combine negative 40 minus 4. That would be negative 44. Put it in your calculator if you don't believe me. Negative 40 minus 4. All right, we got to move one of the variables to the other side. I'm going to choose to subtract. Sorry about this, guys.
Pardon the interruption, but at this time, cross-country runners, it is time to race.
Cross-country runners are going on a meet. All right, bring down 6. 18m minus 16m is 2m, and it's positive 2m, so put a plus 2m. And then over here, that is a negative 44. All right, we got to get rid of our positive 6 next by subtracting 6. Bring down 2m. Negative 44 minus 6 more is going to be negative 50. And the last step is divide both sides by 2. M equals negative 25. All right, second to last one, guys. E. Here we go. E is negative 14 plus 3 times the quantity, x plus 10, equals 7 times the quantity, 2x plus 4 plus x. I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. If it helps you guys to put a 1 in front of this x, anytime there's a plain old x by itself without a coefficient, without a number in front of it, it means it's a hidden invisible 1. All right. Let's try this. Bring down negative 14. It has nothing to do with your distributing, but we are going to distribute 3 times x, which is positive 3x. 3 times 10 is positive 30. 7 times 2x is 14x. 7 times 4 is positive 28, I hope, plus 1x. Oh my goodness. Okay. So I see like terms on this side. Let's just do those first. Negative 14 plus positive 30 should be 16. Positive 16. I'm going to bring down my plus 3x because I haven't used that yet. On the right, I see a 14x and a plus 1x. So 14x plus 1x is 15x. And bring down your plus 28. All right, got to move one of these variables to the other side. I'm going to choose to subtract my 3x. (16) equals 15 minus 3x is 12x. Plus 28. Next step would be to subtract 28. Ooh, I'm going to have a negative, which I like to try to avoid, but it's okay. 16 minus 28 is negative 12. All right, last step. X is being multiplied by 12, so you're going to divide by 12 on both sides. A number divided by itself is 1, but in this case it's a negative divided by a positive, so it's going to be a negative 1. All right, last one. Whew, these take a while. This is letter C. It is 6p minus parentheses, interesting there, 5p plus 5 equals negative 8. Minus 2 times the quantity p plus 12. All right, here we go. You have to distribute first, but there's nothing here to distribute besides a minus. So anytime this happens, that means there is a hidden invisible little 1 next to the parentheses. So we are actually distributing negative 1 to this stuff. So I would just bring straight down your 6p. Distribute negative 1 times 5p, which is negative 5p. Negative 1 times positive 5 is negative 5, so it looks like a minus 5. On the right, we're not doing anything with the negative 8. That's not what's getting distributed, so I'm just going to bring that down for now. We're distributing negative 2 to all of this stuff. So negative 2 times p is negative 2p. And negative 2 times 12 is negative 24. All right, let's look for like terms. We have a 6p minus a 5p. Let's do that one first. 6p minus 5p, 1p. Or you could just call it, you could even just call it the letter p because it has a hidden invisible 1 there. Bring down your minus 5. I see a like term negative 8 and minus 24. So I'm first going to bring down my negative 2p because I'm not doing anything with that yet. Negative 8 minus 24 more is negative 32, I believe. All right, anytime I can get rid of a negative, I'm going to do it. So I'm going to choose to add 2p to get this one to cancel. Add 2p. So cancel, cancel. 1p plus 2p is 3p. Bring down your minus 5. Bring down your negative 32. All right, add 5. Bring down 3p. Negative 32 plus 5, I believe, is negative 27. Use your calculator, I'm not sure. I think that's right. Negative 32 plus 5, negative 27. Divide both sides by 3. P equals a negative divided by a positive is negative. That would be 9. All right.